Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. The purpose of this video is to show you what I did to optimize Train Simulator's graphics for my new system. Here's what my new system looks like. Alright, so that's the system that I'm running. I was struggling between using MSAA anti-aliasing and SSAA. I'm going to admit to you that I'm not an expert when it comes to anti-aliasing algorithms. Okay, I just was looking at the forums and reading some stuff, and I've read in a couple places that SSAA was the way to go. So I set it up that way, and I was running, and I got to tell you, in the back of my mind, I noticed a little bit of stuttering in the gameplay. But I continued to play on, and then I started to dig into it a little bit to see what I was really getting frame rate wise. And you can see in the upper right hand corner, I've got Shadowplay's frame rate display turned on. And as I was playing using the maximum SSAA setting, I was never getting a frame rate above like 28 frames per second. And I said to myself, that seems kind of strange, right? I've got this pretty ass-kicking system with a very good graphics card that should generate at least 60 frames per second for most games, okay? Especially one like Train Simulator. That's not a real high action type game. And I'm only getting 30 frames per second. Something's wrong. So I started to do some research in the forums and stuff, and I read somewhere in a thread about using a 980 Ti that the MSAA was the better algorithm to use for anti-aliasing. I guess it's an algorithm, not sure. Anyway, so I set it up, and I noticed a doubling in frame rate. Okay, so I wanted to show you the differences here. So hopefully this might help you optimize your settings. So we're going to start. I'm going to show you here. I'm using 1080p resolution. I've got all the dynamic lighting and clouds all set on. In the advanced settings, I've got all the scenery maxed out. Okay, and I'm using FXAA +3 × 3 SSAA anti-aliasing and anesotropic ×8, which is the maximum for texture filtering. Okay, so that's how we're set it up here. And I'm going to do a quick drive. And we're going to set up, we're going to do it here. We're going to do clear. It'll be in the winter time. Actually, let's do it in the summertime. Okay, so there'll be more ground graphics because winter will have white on the ground. And we're going to, this is what we're going to run in both scenarios. So it'll be apples to apples. Okay. Okay, so now we're loaded here, and you can see I'm in the cab. I'm getting 23 frames per second. I'm going to run this up to 60 miles per hour, and then we're going to go to an outside view. We'll go to this view here. Okay. There may be a difference. I don't think there will be, but maybe there will be. Let's see. So let's just run this up to 60 miles per hour, and you watch the frame rates here. Again, so this is FXAA +3 × 3 SSAA anti-aliasing. Now what I noticed here is that it never goes above like 25 frames per second. And you can kind of see a little bit of stuttering. I'm not trying to put that in your head, but you could see a little stuttering here. If you watch the track and the ties, the railroad ties, you could see them kind of stuttering. I mean, it's operating below 30 frames per second. Alright, so again, once we get to 60, I'm going to pop out for an outside view here to see if that changes anything. I don't think it will, because there's a lot of scenery going by in the cab view here. Okay, now we'll go outside. And we go up a little bit, 25, 26, but still never hitting 30. Never touched 30 frames per second with the SSAA setting. And I can see, I'm watching it from computer to monitor. You're watching it from computer to monitor to shadow play recording, but I'm watching it and I see stuttering. Okay, it's hard to pick up. It's nothing like it was, but I see some stuttering. It's not smooth. Okay, so that should be enough of that. So let's quit out of this. And now we're going to go to settings, and we're going to change this to FXAA plus 8 times MSAA, and everything else we're going to leave exactly the same. Okay, that's the only setting we're changing. I'm going to have to restart this. So now we're using MSAA. We're going to do the exact same quick drive. Same thing, summer, clear, everything's the same. Okay. Right now we'll start in the cab. Now look at the frame rate: 70, 69, 72. Geez, it's like 3 times the frame rate. So I mean, when we were sitting here before, I think it was 22 frames per second. Now we're at 72, 71. Considerable difference. All right. So now let's run the same exact test. We're going to go forward in the cab view until we hit 60 miles per hour, and then we'll go outside. Now I don't really notice any. Actually, I think the graphics look better in MSAA. But I'll do a side by side when I'm finished this. I'll just put one next to the other so you can really look at both of them. But I don't see any stuttering now. You can see those ties are moving along smoothly, obviously because it's almost 3 times the frame rate. Okay. Actually, it's over 3 times the frame rate, right? Because 22 would be 66, so we're at 74, 75 frames per second. It's 3 times the frame rate at MSAA, max setting. Okay, so when we get to 60 miles per hour, we're going to do the same thing. We'll go outside. And again, I don't think there's any difference in the graphic detail. All those settings are still maximized. I just think that maybe the SSAA has some additional shadowing or something. I don't know, but it causes considerable loss in frame rate. So let's go outside now when we hit 60 miles per hour. You can see we've never dipped below 70 frames, like 73 frames per second. There we go to 72. All right, so now let's go outside. All right, we go down a little bit. We're still well above 60. 71. You can see it's smooth. I mean, it's 3 times the frame rate. For my purposes, I'm going with the maxed out MSAA for my system, which is like I said, a pretty good, pretty higher end a PC computing based gaming system. I think MSAA is the way to go. I mean, I don't think even overclocking a CPU is going to get you any better frame rates using SSAA for Train Simulator. So MSAA it is. Again, I don't understand a lot about the differences between the two algorithms for anti-aliasing, but it's pretty evident to me that the best frame rates are with a max setting for MSAA for Train Simulator. So anyway, take a look at this side by side. All right, so that was the test. I hope this was helpful. As you can see, we're speeding along here at 88 miles an hour in the northeast quarter. This exercise was certainly helpful for me because now I can play the game with much smoother graphics, which to me is what it's all about. The smoother the presentation of the graphics, the better the immersion into the game. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If this was lame, well, sorry. But if it was awesome, please hit the like button, it really helps. And be sure to subscribe for more gaming videos. When shopping on Amazon, please use the link in the description below. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Have a great day!